Welcome back to the Wednesday show. Welcome back to Plus 2 Comedy Extra. Something I haven't done in quite some time, but let's jump back into it. And speaking about things that I haven't done in a while, I need to check in with you guys about the things that we are doing. So this is going to be a bit of a recap of things that you can check out, and also a call to you guys about what we should be doing next. First and foremost, check out the brand new Stay Doomed podcast. Yes, we've been working on the Stay Doomed podcast, me and Laura Prince, for quite some time now, and we have been greatly enjoying watching some one-season wonders of television. So, if you're interested in old TV shows that kind of flew under the radar, shows that didn't get a real fair shake at existing, check out the podcast. It's best described as a TV version of How Did This Get Made, if we really dove into that question of how did this get made and should it continue to exist. So be sure to check that out. We have just wrapped up Reality Show Month, and coming soon is Adult Animation Month here in September. So be sure to check those out. We're really enjoying doing this, so be sure to check it out. It's right here on the channel that you're watching right now. Over on the other channel, we have Plus 2 Comedy Gaming, and Plus 2 Comedy Gaming features a bunch of Let's Plays by myself. So if you haven't checked it out yet, I'm in the middle of God of War. So I'm about halfway through God of War. That's probably not true. I'm about 20% through God of War. So if you want to see all my exploits in God of War, I really try to complete everything. Be sure to check that out over at Plus 2 Comedy Gaming. I'm also playing Friday the 13th at the moment, so if you like some unfair multiplayer, be sure to check that out. That comes out every Friday. And also we're doing a kind of a different Let's Play. We're doing the Not Prawn Riddle, which is an internet puzzle trail that basically you're presented with a website, you have to get to the next website based on what you have and what you can do. And that's really all the explanation you get. I've never defeated it. As a matter of fact, less than 100 people have ever defeated all of it. So I was hoping with your help, we stream it live on Twitch every Thursday. Be sure to jump in, try to help me out, because I'm not that smart. And you can see me struggling with it and explaining how the thing works over on Plus 2 Comedy Gaming. To go along with Plus 2 Comedy Gaming, I know you guys are probably wondering, hey, where's Game the Gamer? Game the Gamer is completely filmed. It's just a matter of editing it. And right now, Sean Capel from Underbelly is in the process of editing it. He's also traveling the world, part of another project he's working on. So it's hard to get down to the editing process, but it's something we're working on. We're going to be getting rewards out very soon. It's a slog, but it still exists, and it will be coming to Plus 2 Comedy Gaming, so be sure to check that out. Also, we have a new game show. It's called Geek Out. Geek Out is a mix of debate and trivia, like the trivia games we used to play at the end of the podcast. That's going to be going live hopefully in November. I say hopefully just because I can't predict the future, guys. And we're really excited for it. We're actually touring it at conventions. We'll be doing it down in Mag Labs very soon in Virginia. So if you're interested, be sure to check that out at Mag Labs. I'm very excited for this. I love game shows. So we have the brand new game show coming out very, very soon. So now on to what we should be doing next. I just love having projects, and I always have ideas for projects. So I wrote down all the ones that I could remember doing or remember having, and compiled this list, and I want to hear from you. Which of these ideas do you think I should give my time to doing? Because I clearly can't do all of them. Also, some of them are just terrible ideas, but I had them, so I included them on the list. So, of the following, which do you think I should be doing? First up is the monthly challenges. This is something that kind of existed in Plus 2 Comedy Extra for a while, where I would do something every day for a month and then report on it. I went to the gym, I did yoga, just like little things like that. And basically just something to challenge me every day. I like trying new things. So if you have ideas for monthly challenges and you think that's something that you'd like to see more on the old Plus 2 Comedy YouTube, the other idea I have is the Plus 2 Comedy Podcast Remix. Basically, I hate the fact that the only episodes that exist on YouTube are the ones with video. We've done over 200 videos or 200 podcasts, and a lot of them don't exist on YouTube. So I want to put them on YouTube. So we're going to kind of do this remix thing. This is less of me asking if this is something we should do and more of me telling everyone I'm going to do this. Basically, I'm going to be putting up all of the podcasts slowly. And there's going to be a little bit of extra at the end of each one where we'll discuss, how we've changed, because it was 5 years ago at this point since episode number 1. So I'll put up episode number 1, and at the end I'll include a little extra bonus interview with the guest and, just looking back on the podcast and what we think about it now. So if there's anything else you think I should do with those, let me know. I'd love to hear your input on those, because those episodes are special, and I'd like to preserve them with a YouTube project. Up next is Plus 2 Horror. I have an idea of a couple horror vignettes I wanted to do. So I'm thinking maybe in October, just putting up these horror anthology. It's going to be very low budget, but they're just short little horror stories that I think would work real well on YouTube. So if you're excited for the idea of removing the comedy and bringing in the horror of Plus 2, let me know, because I have ideas. I have plans. We'll see. I'm thinking about doing another channel, guys. Plus 2 Comedy Wrestling. I'm a big wrestling fan, and I feel that the wrestling stuff I've put up on this channel, like ring psychology and stuff, don't really fit this channel. So we're going to put it somewhere else. If you guys are interested, if I have my wrestling fans out there that would like to see more episodes of ring psychology, thoughts on what's currently going on in the WWE and other professional wrestling. I'd also like to start my own wrestling federation called No Match Wrestling. It's wrestling minus the wrestling. Just a random idea. If you're a wrestling fan and you're interested in seeing our take on wrestling, let us know. E.T. Gaming. This is a dumb idea I had dating back to one of the old Extra Life days we did. The idea is ET would stand for ET Every Time Gaming. And basically I would upload one video of a year. One video every day for a year. And every time it would be E.T. on the Atari. So I'd be playing the worst game ever made every day for a year. I don't know if people would be interested in seeing that. And I don't know if I can mentally handle that. Here's an extra stupid one. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This was a really weird idea I had like forever ago. I found it in an old notebook. Basically, once a week, I would read a chapter of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and then write a chapter about a character reading that book and how it's affecting them as they hitchhike around. And every chapter would be the same number of words as the chapter from Hitchhiker's Guide. It's really dumb. It's a really stupid idea, but I wrote it down. Would you read that? It sounds stupid. Getting more practical, we need a new Plus 2 Comedy DVD. The old DVD, do I have a copy? Yeah. Immediately off screen, as if I had it ready for this moment. This is the old Plus 2 Comedy Natural Funny DVD. You can tell it's a bit old in that there's dirt on it, ew. And it's a Nintendo game. Yeah, look at that smudge. I still have a few copies of it, but I think we need a new one. That's greatly outdated. It's back in the 8-bit era. So we need a new DVD. Do you have any ideas of what you would think a new Plus 2 Comedy DVD should look like? Let us know in those comments. Or tweet at me. You can do that too. Speaking of ideas, I had an idea for the next Plus 2 Comedy DVD. Let me know if this is something you'd want to see. It would be the Plus 2 Comedy Terrible Show Tour. I don't know why, but I've always been obsessed with doing a tour of comedy shows in horrible venues. So it would be a DVD of our comedy as we tour all these different spots. And we do like laundromats, arcades. I'd love to do a prison. That's something I've always been obsessed with, is doing Plus 2 Comedy in a prison. I don't know why. Just really bad locations. So, like, can we be funny in pretty much the worst possible circumstances? Doing Pokemon jokes in biker bars and things like that. I don't know. It's a weird idea, and it's kind of guaranteeing low success. But I'd love to do that. Let me know if that's something you'd purchase if I made it exist. That brings me to Plus Two Comedy, the movie. Me and some friends have had an idea for a Plus Two Comedy film. And it wouldn't just be stand-up. It wouldn't be a stand-up show. It would be a movie about us, Plus Two Comedy. And that's kind of all I want to say right now. If this is something you think we should really do, note that it would take away a lot of the other things I'm working on. I would have to give all focus to this. But it'd be a 2-hour movie. It'd be a parody. And that's really all I want to say at this time. I don't want to give it away. But we might have mentioned it in an old podcast if any of you true fans want to go back and look for it. But, should I abandon the Let's Plays and things like that and focus on a movie? You tell me. And now for something completely different, Plus Two Comedy and Oral History. Basically, I've wanted to do a book for a while, and Plus Two Comedy's been around for 10 plus years at this point. So I had the idea of doing Plus Two Comedy and Oral History. Basically, think, I'm not sure if you guys have read this, infinite number of people this video could reach. But there was a Nickelodeon book called Slimed recently, and it's just a collection of interviews. Basically, it'd be interviews with myself and Will and Laura, but also like TJ, Alex Perlman, Nick Fury, people that used to be part of the group. Vegas, I don't know why he was last on that list. And we would discuss those stories and how Plus Two Comedy would form, and we would talk about old cons and stuff like that, and it'd be available for you to read. I don't know if people are interested enough in us for that to work, but I'd love to do it. I'd love to just talk about all the crazy things that have happened to us across Otakons and Nekocons and Sangawa projects. So if you're interested in a diary of Plus Two Comedy, I can make that happen. If nonfiction isn't the way to go, I've written a fictional book. I only have a rough draft called Omniscient. And if you're interested in the idea of just a book by Plus Two Comedy, I could go back and work on this. November's coming up. It's National Novel Writing Month. I might just go back and do it then anyway. But is there an interest in a book is basically what I'm asking here. Because books take a lot of time, and I have to sell those. So would you put up some coin for something I wrote? That's the question. I should have brought this one up sooner, but we ended the Plus Two Comedy podcast, and I think it was time. I think interest was waning, and we weren't getting any live audience members anymore. But now that it's gone, if there is an outcry to bring it back, we will of course bring it back because we are slaves to positive reinforcement. So if you'd like to see the Plus Two Comedy podcast return, let us know, and we'll go back to it. Maybe we'll tweak it a bit. I think the fact that it was live was making it very hard because we had to have a physical guest in there. If you'd want us to just maybe do some phone interviews, just because you enjoy hearing us talk about comics we've read recently with random people in geek culture, you can do that again. What do you want? What do you want from us? Let me know. And finally, Plus Two Comedy Fitness is an idea that's been kicked around. We did a fitness panel at John Con randomly. I was trying to train to be a professional wrestler, and I'm still training for Ninja Warrior. It's a pipe dream. But if that's something you're interested in, if you want to see me make the honest try at Ninja Warrior or something like that, I could do a fitness show. Fitness show has been something in the back of the mind and has always been pushed back as a bad idea. That's why it's at the bottom of this list. It's look how many steps lower it was than the Hitchhiker's Guide idea. So that's something we're considering doing too. So that's a list of ideas. If you have ideas for us to do, we'll throw those at us as well. Basically, we just want to create some stuff, and I don't know what to create. And I have all these ideas, and I can't do all of them. So which of these ideas sounds best to you? What would excite you the most to see Plus Two Comedy do? Hopefully it's not retire. So if you have ideas, if you have thoughts on any of the ideas I've thrown out there, what do you want to see? Let me know. Be sure to subscribe to this channel so you can see them when they happen. Because, what's the point if you just want to see it and then you go away forever? So subscribe, comment below with your ideas, and I'll see you next time.